Okay, so I should have been looking at my notes too, y'all. I do want to mention too that before all of that jumped off, like when the boyfriend was getting really like irritated with the whole best friend situation thing, he did go on Snapchat and ask females, like, not females, he went on Snapchat and asked his whole snap, like, would y'all be okay with y'all girl or boyfriend having a best friend? And a whole bunch of females slid up, including one I actually know, and was talking about nah. But I'm like, come on now, y'all, like, stop. Because half of y'all probably got best friends, because it was like only females signing up, and I'm just like, wait, like, hold on. But anyway, after that we had broke up. We did break up. And I do remember, cause see, we worked at the same job, and that's hard. Hey, little advice, don't be with nobody that you work with, because when y'all argue, y'all gotta see each other. I mean, y'all can work at the same place, but don't work the same shit, because baby, when you argue at home, or you know, wherever y'all at, y'all go to work and y'all see each other, that's some, or if y'all break up, that's really some crazy stuff, because everybody gonna know, and it's just like, oh my gosh. But anyway, so we ended up breaking up, and I start missing him because, mind you, I'm seeing him at work. And then like I told you guys before, I wasn't a stable person. Like, literally, I'm thinking, I've only known him for a couple months, but I'm thinking like, oh, this is my whole world, and then, you know, all of this stuff. Anyway, I don't know when this particular part happened, but I do remember the boyfriend hitting the best friend up, saying that we wasn't gonna, well, I found out this later. He told the best friend that we was not going to be seeing each other, and he was trying to fight him, which was crazy to me, because I'm like, females get called bitches every day. Let's just put it out there. Females, we get called bitches every day, all the time. I'm not about to sit up here and fight every person that's gonna call me a bitch. I'm not. I understand it's disrespectful. I do. Maybe men is not used to that kind of stuff, but it's just like, I'm like, come on now, like, don't fight. Like, and my thing is, I never really looked at the best friend at the time as being like somebody that just going, all right, come on, we about to go. Like, no, like, I never really looked at him like that. So I'm like, you trying to fight him? I don't even think he want to fight. And not saying that either one is weak, because they're not, but I'm just saying, like, it was not, it just wasn't worth it. So anyway, what happened? All right. So after that, I was, you know, getting very depressed and stuff, like missing him, and, you know, like I said, we worked together, so it was extra hard. And I remember H going on Snap and like throwing mad shade at me, basically about him. I don't know if H knew that me and him had broke up. I don't know, but I do remember going on Snap and throwing mad shade. So what ended up happening was, I went to the best friend and basically was saying like, why you got him fighting your battles, like why you got him on Snap and all this. And then he like, I don't control his Snap, I don't control what he do, that's just how he feel and all this stuff. And then basically I start, and I don't know if this was at this exact moment, but I do remember it. I started bringing up a whole bunch of stuff from the past that either I threw under the rug, I didn't say nothing because it wasn't that serious, or that I knew that would make him mad, basically. And I just started like bringing up a whole bunch of old stuff. So I'm literally like pissing him off, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was trying to piss him off enough to make him not want to like be my friend no more. That's what I was trying to do back then. I know it don't make sense, because he would have probably never said, okay, I'm not messing with you no more. But that's kind of what I was trying to do, because I already knew if I got back with the ex, I knew that the friendship was not going to be able to continue, unfortunately. So I started bringing up a whole bunch of stuff from the past and try to justify it, but all of it was bullshit. I'm gonna just let you know now. It was all bullshit. So, this is the hard part. It's the very hard part. So, I ended up talking to the boyfriend, the ex, whatever. And he basically explained to me why he was not messing with the relationship no more. Even though I broke it off with him, how he didn't want to continue the relationship either, because he said if anybody would have had, this is exactly what he said. If anybody would have disrespected me in that manner, it doesn't matter. He would have cut them off. He said he don't tolerate stuff like that. So I'm on the phone, mind you. I'm week and ahead. I'm gonna cut that part out. But mind you, I'm listening to him and I'm just feeling bad because I'm like, dang, like, because the way he was making it seem was as if, like, I don't know, you had to be on the phone. Telling you had to be on the phone. But the way he was making it seem, especially to a person that wasn't really in the best, like, mind state, and I'm basically just missing him and stuff, like, it was like, dang, I feel bad because he making it seem like I was just a not shit ass girlfriend. Like, so, we did get off the phone. I do remember we texted this part. I basically end up telling him that, like, I understood where he was coming from and that I would do the same for him and that I wouldn't be friends with my best friend no more. Y'all can slap me when y'all see me. Look, but keep listening to the story. Please do not cut it off right there. I remember me and the best friend had a conversation earlier, before all of that stuff. And he was telling me how the rest of the bros basically felt like I already had switched up because I was supposed to be in their label. They have a label that they're trying to develop, and I was supposed to be the female on there. And I told them that I wouldn't be. And they felt like I was doing that because of my boyfriend at the time. And for me, it's really because I'm not really into singing as much as people. Like, I don't necessarily like singing, and I was rapping. They kind of influenced me to rap. I was rapping because, it was almost like a trend to me. So it was like, they rap so I can do it. But anyway, so he had told me, like, when we was in the middle of argument, that the bros basically already felt like I switched up and all of this stuff. So in my head, I'm like, damn, how they gonna be just talking shit? Like, they could just come to me and tell me, like, why they gotta be talking shit? So I ends up reconnecting. Well, before I cut him off, I had a big argument with him, actually. I remember it was on Snap, and I called him out his name, and he had called me a bird. I didn't even know what that meant, y'all. I looked that up, and I said, wow, I'm so offended. But, so, no, he called me a bird. Then I called him the B word and stuff. I don't even, like, anyway, but, so, after I did that, I blocked him, because I ain't want to hear nothing else, because I'm like, I didn't call him out his name. He probably about to go off, like, he about to go crazy. So I'm like, I'm not gonna even, you feel me, like, nah. So when I did that with him, I basically cut off everybody else too, like. And I'm just telling the story, y'all. This is not my product. I'm not proud of that. I'm not, like, I'm just telling the story on how it happened. So, what happened after that? I want y'all to just look at the whole thing. I remember he went to his friend's house, and his friend tried to get him to cheat on me with the same girl he was about to cheat on his girlfriend with. And my boyfriend at the time, you know, he told me about the whole situation. So I can't ever like call him a cheater. I never really felt like he was a cheater or whatever, especially since he told me what went down. But I didn't like that friend no more. And I honestly felt like if we're in an actual serious relationship, you feel me, and then you got friends like that that's trying to get you to cheat for whatever reason, I feel like maybe they shouldn't be cool no more. I never told him to cut him off or nothing like that. I just told him like don't bring him around me because he was gonna get cussed out. But you see like kind of like the double standard, because in one instant like I can't have friends because of what you think, like there's nothing that even happened, it's because what you think. But then in another instant, you got a friend that's trying to get you to cheat and do all of this crazy stuff to ruin the relationship, and y'all was still friends. Now granted, he ended up cutting him off because of some other stuff, not because of that situation, but some other stuff. But yeah, so I just wanted to give y'all like the whole picture. So me and the boyfriend got back together. We was okay for a while. At least I believe we was okay for a while. It was probably little stuff in between here and there. But so started getting real toxic. So both of us, I felt like, was toxic for each other. For one, I'm gonna talk about me. Okay, y'all, so I'm gonna try to make this quick. Y'all gonna see me kind of do like an intersection because I forgot like a lot of stuff when I was going and editing. Like I forgot certain points and certain like situations to mention because I want y'all to see why I say this is toxic, and like so I have to give examples. So I think around this part I'm talking about how like I was pretty toxic. Another thing that I used to do when we first got together, like the first time, I used to go through his phone like heavily. Like I would never find nothing, kid you not, like I would never find anything like DMs, text messages, you know, but I did used to go through his phone. I was still in a depressed state, and I was probably getting worse around this time, I'm not gonna lie. I was still in a depressed, okay, so what was this? This was still 2018. Okay, so yeah, I was still in a depressed state. I still was insecure. Like I thought that all the females wanted him at the job. I ain't gonna lie, because when you know, you peep little stuff with different females. If you like, you know how females always be like, I know when another female like my boyfriend. That's how I felt. Like I know. And some of them I was tripping. Some of them though I was like, okay, yeah. So still dealing with depression, insecure, very snappy. Like I was a very like boom boom person. Like I have more patience now than I did back then. Y'all gotta forgive me if my voice sounds funny. I'm kind of having anxiety like telling this story, so yeah. But anyway, he felt like he had to, in his words, walk on eggshells whenever he talked to me, because he said I got offended at the least little thing. And it was true. It was true. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was very true. I would snap, like I said. And plus, like I wasn't necessarily the happiest girlfriend, because I don't know, I think just being in my head all the time just made me such like, I won't say that, but it made me an angry person. So okay, with him I felt like he was very nonchalant. Like I felt like he didn't care about nothing. Like whatever I said, like I just feel like he didn't care. Like, I feel like it went through one ear out the other. I feel like I was forcing him to be around me sometimes because, like, I would be wanting to spend a lot of time. Okay, that's what I need to mention. In the beginning of the relationship, I wanted to spend, like, a lot of time with him. That's how basically all relationships is. Like, you want to be up under that person. So, he wasn't like that, though. It was like, okay, the first couple times cool, but he would start saying like, well, I gotta do this around the house, I gotta do that. And he told me that he didn't want to spend all his off days with me. And you know, I felt that kind of like hurt my feelings and stuff, because it was just like, we in a relationship, we supposed to be seeing each other. Most relationship couples, they be seeing each other like throughout the week, like a few times. We literally would be seeing each other maybe once a week if it wasn't at work, because I don't count that as spending time, because we at work. So it'd be like once a week maybe, if that, you feel me? We'd be lucky if it was like twice a week, for real. I don't know, I felt like I was forcing him to be around me. And then another thing with me though, like, I was very petty. Like, I told y'all I was putting everything on Snap before. Like, if I had a problem, I would be like on some petty shade, like throwing type stuff. Because the thing was this, I felt like even when I did tell him my concerns and my issues, it was like he had a nonchalant answer, like he just didn't care. So yeah, to get his attention, I would go on Snap, I'm not gonna lie. So y'all can see I was pretty toxic. We broke up again. Now, ask me why, I don't know. I just remember that we didn't talk for a few days because he said he needed time to think. And I basically just made up his mind for him. And I said, we just gonna not be together. So, that first time that we broke up, before we broke up, we had went through this like thing where we was not talking to each other. I was waiting on him to actually text me back to see what he was gonna do. I cannot remember why we broke up, but I do remember that he had to take some time to think about some stuff. But okay, so before that, it was this girl on his Instagram. I'm not gonna say her name or nothing, but basically she had commented on one of his videos of him smoking, and she was like, when we gonna blow? And I was like I brought it to, I don't know if I brought it to his attention like right then and there, but the fact that we was like going through all of this stuff, and like we was in a bad place basically, and then the girl was like commenting on his photos and all of this, I ended up asking him, I think after we broke up, like, have you ever known her? And he lied. He said no at first. I know he lied because later on he told me, when I asked him again, because I think she came up again, like she'd be commenting on his stuff, and you know, she was just one of like a real desperate female. I don't know if they had a past, but he did tell me that they knew each other from school, and he didn't mess with her. He said he didn't mess with her because she was fake. I don't know what that meant. I don't know what situations transpired for him to call her fake. I kind of didn't want to know, because the fact that he covered her up for whatever reason. At first he said he didn't know her, then he was like, yeah, I do know her. That was later on though, because this girl kept like popping up. Like, she kept commenting on his little pictures, and then she even said like how she was trying to get in contact with him, but he hadn't answered her phone calls. One thing I did forget to mention is that I did have him unfollow the girl that was on Instagram before. I did have him unfollow that girl because in my heart I felt that it was something more than what he was saying. Like, he lied to me at first, y'all, saying he didn't know her. Then he said that he did know her from school. And then he was talking about how she was fake. That's why he don't mess with her. And then, like, she's just liking pictures, videos, and all of this stuff. And I'm like, it gotta be something. Like, and then she has your number because she said you're not answering her phone calls. So I'm like, it had to be something more. It could have been out of my insecurity as well. Like, I could have been being insecure, but really deep down I just felt like it was something more, so I had him unfollow her. And I honestly did hit him with the whole me or her thing, just like he hit me with that whole thing earlier. that I talked about. So yeah, I don't know. That was the one time I did make him unfollow a female though, because it wasn't like she was, from him saying that he didn't mess with her. I didn't think that it would be a problem anyway. How he responded to it, he basically just said like, wow, like, why would you say me, or why would you say you or her? And then he unfollowed her. We probably broke up, I think, in like either November or December. And now we're gonna go on to 2019. 2019, I was single, and well, not the whole 2019. Oh, so I was single for a minute, and honestly, y'all, like, I'm gonna get serious. Probably the worst time of my life, because we're broken up, right? So I don't have him no more. I don't have my friends, like people that I grew up with, the brothers, best friend. I don't have them no more. And I think that's when everything really hit me, like how much of a alone I was. So I started losing weight. I was not eating. Even my mama could tell you, like, she would be asking me like, are you gonna eat, like when I got up and stuff, and then she would kind of be mad if I didn't, because I was losing weight, you know. I don't think I was sleeping right. And at the time, I probably like would say like it was because I was missing him so much, but I think it was just everything, like being depressed, then on top of like the breakup, and then on top of just me being alone. Like, I don't even got my friends no more. Of course I still have my female friends, but you know, with having female friends, they got their boyfriends and stuff that they doing in life. They don't have time for like a lot of like you. Like, not saying that my female friends is like not good friends, because they're wonderful, but it's just different. I was like feeling very, very alone. We had reconnected around his birthday. Matter of fact, it was probably like the week of his birthday, and me and him started having relations. And if you don't know what that means, then I mean you're probably not old enough to even be listening to this story time. But we were not in a relationship, but we were having relations. And he would only hit me up when he was ready to have relations again. And I would be texting him and stuff, and like I would basically be putting my heart on my sleeve. I would wear my heart on my sleeve, because I would be telling him like, I want to get back together, like, can we work towards it? He wasn't feeling that. He was just feeling the like us doing what we do. So it gets good. It gets even better, y'all. So okay, I don't know if I said this earlier. I don't think I did, but I am a major, like, well, not am, I ain't claiming that no more. I was a major Instagram stalker. So I would be like, like, if he liked a girl picture, I'm just let you know I knew about it. I don't care what girl he had a lot of followers. I know which pictures he was liking, which videos, if he was commenting on stuff. Mind you, he was not commenting on anything when we was together, but he was liking, you know, a lot of pictures and stuff. So I found this girl on Instagram. I don't even know how I found her, but I found this girl on Instagram, and I saw that he had been kind of like under her pictures, like hearts and heart eyes, and like, you know, commenting stuff. And what was funny was, okay, let me back up, wait a minute. I did, like, before I found this stuff, like right before I did, had told him like, I think we shouldn't be doing what we doing no more. I couldn't handle it. And that's what I want females to know. Like, it's okay if you can't handle that type of stuff, because in my head I'm thinking like, this is gonna push us towards a relationship, we're gonna get back together, all this stuff. But in his head it wasn't, and all we was doing was linking up, doing what we do, and then depart ways, and then he wouldn't talk to me or whatever. So basically basically I told him that I couldn't handle it, blah blah blah. So I ended up following this girl, whatever, that I was just telling you about. He was liking the pictures and stuff. She posted on her snap, her Insta story, my bad, she posted this screenshot of messages. Mind you, she whited out the whole thing. Like, everything was white but the messages. But I knew it was him. It must have been God or something. Like, it had, not even or something, it had to be God. Because, like, how would you know? Like, how do you know somebody so much that you know how they text? Like, anyway, and he did kind of give a major hint, because in the text message he said you need to move over here, and I know that this girl lives across the country somewhere. Like, she don't live where we live. So anyway, it says something like you need to move over here so we can get married, like, you know, some flirting type of stuff. And that just pissed me the hell off. Don't ask me why, but that pissed me off so bad. I called him and I told him I would never talk to him again. I told him, I said, I'm never talking to you again. And he was very upset about it too. And he had been drinking, mind you, because he was celebrating something with his family. So I told him, like, I ain't gonna never talk to you again. It's the last time you gonna hear from me, blah, blah, blah. At first, he was saying, like, we ain't together, why you tripping? Because you know how. Y'all know how niggas be. Y'all do. I ain't gotta tell y'all. You ain't together. You can't get mad. But, baby, let me tell you, I can get mad. So I told him, I was like, yeah, we not gonna. I was like, this is the last time you ever talking to me. I just wanted to tell you that. And he got actually really upset or whatever. And like I said, he was kind of drunk. So he was in his, like, feelings about it. Because he was saying he don't ever just not want to ever talk to me. Like, he was saying that I was just, like a good girl and all this stuff. And, you know, blah say blue, blue say blah. But, okay. So after that, we didn't talk for a while. I think, I'm not sure if he hit me up or if I hit him up. I might have hit him up. It was some food. It was something about some food because he cooks and stuff. So it wasn't for me either. I think it was for, like, a friend or something. So he was saying, like, I miss you, and, like, basically, like, what he got to do for us to be back, like, acquainted and stuff. So I was like, you know, I was forgiving, mind you. So we ended up linking back up, and he did ask me that when we was together. He said, so what do I have to do to basically make it better for you? And I said, well, you know, even though we're not gonna be together for a minute, you know, just like we text each other. Like, don't make me feel like I'm just a booty call, because that's basically what I was back then. So fast forward, we get back together, and everything was okay for a while. Like, no problems. Like, until it wasn't. So I was still depressed. And one thing about him, he wanted to be my savior. Like, he wanted to be the person that brought me up out of depression. He really did. And when I didn't let him, or when it didn't work, he would take it upon himself. Like, he would put that on himself. And I feel like it kind of caused him to kind of fall into a depression. Because he would be thinking, like, I'm supposed to be the one that save you and stuff. And it's just like, no, you can't. Nobody can save somebody. You know, I think depression is a spirit, an evil spirit. And it takes a lot. You feel me? And plus, I wasn't trying to get out of my depression. I was just sinking further and further into it. That's what y'all got to know. So I'm going to make another interception here. He did at one point get very frustrated with my depression, because I can remember a phone conversation when we were talking, and he asked me, like, basically how it was going. Because the thing was this, I wouldn't tell him nothing because I couldn't put it into words, basically. Like, there was not any one thing wrong with me. It was just the mindset that I was in. I couldn't put it into words, so I wouldn't tell him anything. I remember this one time when we was on the phone, and he asked me, he was like, basically tell him about the depression. I was telling him how I felt like it was getting worse because of whatever reason, I don't know. And then he like cut me off and he was like, I don't want to talk about it no more. And then I was like, why? And then he was like, because it just keeps seeming like it's getting worse and it's not getting better. And he just got like a full-blown attitude or whatever. And that's why I was saying I really did not want to tell him anything, because I just felt like I was being judged more than helped. Now looking back at it, I can see that he probably just didn't understand what depression was. And it's not a quick fix. Like, it's not an overnight fix, or this one thing can fix it, you feel me? So if you deal with a person with depression, just be aware that it takes time. So anyway, I didn't feel, so the problems that we had now was basically I didn't feel supported by him. Like I didn't have a car back then. I would be taking lifts everywhere. I kid you not, everywhere. If it was a friend house, if it was a mall, if it was my grandma's house, if it was on the east side, listen, I was taking lifts everywhere. I was spending hella monies. And like, I would just want him to like take me to work sometimes if he was off of work. Not even when he had to go, because we kind of went to work at the same time, because at this time we wasn't working at the same place. But like, I would just want him to offer like to take me to work sometimes. But looking at my friends and the kind of relationships that they was in, how their men like actually like really supported them, and it's like they're for them, I kind of felt like, what the hell. Now I did come to a point where he was picking me up from work, but it was on his terms. It's like if he's not playing the game, or if he's done in the gym, or if he want to come out. So yeah. um I felt also that he had control issues. Now, mind you, listen, y'all, I'm not telling y'all nothing that I have not told him already. I've told him all of this stuff. So, I'm not sneak dissing or nothing. And I don't have no ill feelings. I'm just telling y'all what I felt at that time. So, I felt like he had control issues, because it would just be certain times that I feel like if he didn't get his way, then it was just like, all right, I'm not fucking with you, basically. So that was that. Then later on down the line, I was trying to be a better person. I'm not gonna even try. I was. My mind had grew. Like, we had a phone conversation. I told him, like, like, I just don't understand why we should get mad at each other for having like friends of the opposite sex. Like I said, it should be no reason why I'm tripping because you mentioned a female, and it shouldn't be no reason why you tripping because I mentioned a dude. Like, I think we should be able to have friends outside of each other that's of the opposite sex. And he told me no. He was like, nah. He was like, he was like, nah, I don't think we should do that. I think it should just be us and all of this. And I'm just like, at that point, I just felt like I was growing, and I felt like he was just like, just not open to it. So it really like opened my eyes up. That's what really had like me like, okay, like maybe this is not the best thing. Cause it's like, it shouldn't be no reason why people tripping. If y'all trust each other, y'all never cheat on each other and stuff. Why am I tripping about you bringing up some female? Why are you tripping about me bringing up a male? Like, and it's not like I'm saying like, oh, he's cute, or you saying, oh, she fine. It's just like different. Like, oh, I was talking to such and such. Like, it shouldn't be no hostility, no like tension, nothing. So that kind of made me open up my eyes. After that, I had another, so one of the bros' names was T. That's not his actual name, but anyway, we're gonna call him T. T hit me up, and he was basically just saying like, like, I want to know what happened, like, cause the pandemic. Okay, this is 2020, so my bad. I should have been giving y'all dates. So 2019, we had broke up, got back together, whoop-de-whoop. Fast forward to 2020. T hit me up. He like, you know, I just want to know your side. He said, like, a lot of people thought about stuff over the pandemic. Shit, I know I did. I was still working, though. I know people that was in a house and couldn't work probably had a little bit more time to think about stuff. So he hit me up, and we just talked about the whole situation, and he told me how he felt. I told him how I felt, and we're cool to this day. Like, we're good. And he was basically like, he had mentioned the best friend and stuff, and was saying like how one day, like, maybe me and him could talk it out and stuff. And then just by talking to T made me realize, like, I need to reach out to my ex-best friend, because I need to clear some shit up. Like, and I need to take accountability for my actions. I did try to reach out to him, like, prior to this, but it was really just me making excuses for stuff. So obviously he kind of dismissed that. This time I came to him with full accountability, and we talked. I basically apologized, because the thing was this: if you're supposed to be somebody's best friend, and if you knew somebody since, you know, way back when, if y'all have a friendship for real, like, nothing was supposed to, like, make it end. Nothing. You feel me? And do I feel that it was wrong for me to just cut him off like I did? Yeah. Do I feel it was wrong to cut all of them? Yeah. Because at the end of the day, look at where I'm at now. Understand it. And I'm just telling you guys this because I don't want you to do, like, if you're in the same situation, I'm just telling you my experience, and hopefully you can take something from this. I'm not looking for no pity, because at the end of the day, I made my bed, so I had to lie in it. I end up breaking up. This is the last time, y'all. I end up breaking up with my boyfriend a week before my birthday. Don't ask me why I did it the way I did it. It was probably not the best timing, but I just felt like the whole shit was just toxic, like the whole thing. And then I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I had some resentment from him. Well, I can't blame him for my actions. I can't blame him, but I will say that I felt like he was an influencer. And especially since I was so weak-minded, especially since he knew, like, you know, the girl, she's kind of weak. She don't even love herself. It's kind of like he influenced the situation. And I did have resentment, because I'm like, damn, I miss my friends. And it's all said and done, when I finally woke up and smelled whatever coffee that my mama was making, when it's all said and done, I'm like, damn, I miss my friends. Like, I love you, but motherfucker, I miss my friends. So I did have a lot of resentment for him. And then, like I said earlier about the controlling thing, I feel like he was kind of controlling. I feel like, you know, we had both had insecurities before. Like, I was kind of toxic for him too, because there would be times where I'm just, like, in his presence and I look like I just got an attitude, or I act like I got an attitude. And it wasn't him per se. It was whatever I had going on in my own mind, my own thoughts. And then, like, you know, it was a real toxic relationship. I mean, I was Instagram stalking. Like, who does that? Like, and who cares if somebody like a picture? That's what you're supposed to do on Instagram. You're supposed to like pictures. Then with him, like I said, I felt unsupported. I feel like he didn't even understand. Like, I had, like, mentioned it to him when we broke up and stuff. And, like, he literally told me, he was like, all you want is somebody to drive you around and pay for your shit. And I'm just like, wait, like, you know, I felt that I'm telling you, I got a memory like that, because, like, I was really offended. I was really hurt, because I'm like, that's not what I was saying. I was just saying, like, could you just, like, you see that I'm, you know, taking lifts and stuff. And he thought that since my father was picking me up for my job, like, I didn't need him. But I'm like, I would rather not have my father picking me up. I would rather have you, especially since you at home and you know, you're literally 15 minutes away, like 20 tops. I doubt it's 20, because you could take that. Yeah, it's a certain way. You about 15 minutes away, like, you know. And I don't know, I feel like I was growing too. And then, like, if you got resentment towards somebody, you're not gonna, like, you know. And like I said, my resentment was because the fact that he influenced me on the whole, like, cutting off everybody thing. Not saying that he's the complete blame, because at the end of the day, I'm a person and I make my own decisions, and I made a decision. But yeah, and I can just remember, y'all, like, and I'm gonna say this before I kind of close out. I remember that it was basically toxic, like I said, because we would barely, like, we would barely go out, and then, like, we would barely see each other. You feel me? And then when we was in each other's presence, sometimes I felt like he just wanted to spend a couple hours and then flop my ass right back home. And, like, after so long, I didn't even want to go to his house no more. I ain't gonna lie. It would be times he'd be like, you want to come over? And I'm like, It was because the way the relationship started, how he didn't really want to spend that much time with me, so I really didn't care to spend time with him after a while. It was just like, I got used to stuff. But anyway, I can remember it was Christmas time. One of them Christmases, I don't know. It might have been 2018 or 19, one of them. We went to Myers, and we got something, and he dropped me off. He dropped me back at home, and he called me. He was just playing the game. We wasn't really saying too much to each other, but I could remember I was crying on the phone. Like, he couldn't notice, because when I cry, I'm a weird crier. Like, I'm a quiet crier, and I was crying. I didn't know how to put into words back then what was wrong with me, but it was because I just felt like I was literally forcing him to be around me. I felt like he didn't really want to be around me. I felt like I was kind of forcing a relationship too. Like, it was crazy. Like, now that I look back at it. And I'm going to give y'all one example of when I say he was controlling, because I know y'all, like, you can't just throw that out there without saying something. So it was a few times where I felt like he was kind of controlling, but I do remember this one phone call that we had, and he was like, okay, I had hung up on him. We had an argument. I had hung up on him this one time. So we ended up getting on the phone. I think a few nights later, we was still kind of like had tension amongst each other because we were not talking. Literally on the phone, quiet as hell. Like, I don't know what he's doing. I'm probably just watching TV. I'm holding the phone. I'm like, it's no point in me being on the phone. So, and this is at nighttime. We about to go to sleep. So I said, all right, good night. And he was like, good night. I don't know if we said love you, whatever. And I hung up because I'm like, whatever. So either that same night, probably was texting or something, or that next day he was like, I told you to never hang up on me. And I'm like, but we wasn't like saying nothing. Like, we literally was just on the phone. He was like, I told you never to hang up on me again. And I just think like that situation is just one scenario, situation, whatever, where I felt like he was very controlling. I felt that he was also controlling basically by the whole like situation, like with the Halloween party, how we, after talking for so long to him about it, I ended up making it a all girls thing, in which, like, yes, that was my decision, but he had some influence on that too. And then how, like, me cutting off all my friends that I've known for a long time. Now, it would have been different if somebody just came into my life and they're not really good for me mentally, or spiritually. Maybe they're, like, having negative vibes, and maybe they're putting me in a bad place, and he's telling me, like, yo, like, I don't think they're the best person to be in your life. It would be different. That's not really controlling. That's just trying to save you. Not save you, but that's trying to help you, basically. But my friends really, they didn't give me any, like, problems or anything like that. So, yeah. And then I should have never, like, let him really have the satisfaction of me changing everything that I'm doing just to make him, like, feel more comfortable. And I'm not trying to bash him. I'm not trying to bash him, but this is my truth, so that's what I'm speaking. By me changing stuff to all girls, like here and there. I think I did that once or twice. I think I did it twice, because I can remember a conversation where me and him had a discussion about like the same type of situation. I should never really let him have that satisfaction, just so he can feel comfortable. And he did not see that he was controlling, because he said that he's not controlling because I don't listen. But that's the thing. Just because I don't necessarily listen, that don't mean that you're not controlling. It's just the fact that I'm hard-headed. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm like, you tell me, I could be going to the store, but if you tell me, go to the store, I'm making you go, I ain't going. Like, that's just the attitude I got. So, yeah. And then, like, I don't know. But I hope y'all understand, like, I hope this wasn't, like, too much up and down and all that stuff. But I hope y'all understand why I said that the relationship was toxic. Y'all probably do. So, if y'all don't think that we was toxic, this should put, like, the icing on the cake. So, we would get into arguments. And we'd be on the phone, get into these arguments. I would probably end up crying for, like, 10, 20 minutes. He would come get me. We would go up to 7-Eleven to get slushies. And everything was supposed to be fine after that. Like, and not even supposed to be. It was fine after that. I love slushies. I'm not gonna lie, I do. I haven't had one in a minute. But, that's toxic, y'all. Like, I thought I saw something. That's toxic. You cannot, well, you're not supposed to be bought. Even though it was just a simple gesture, we should have, like, there's no way I should be on the phone crying 10-20 minutes and we go get slushies and everything is fine. Like, that's not cute. Like, some people might say, like, yeah, that's cute, you know, but it's not. Like, don't be bought. I don't care if it's from what he bought me to a fucking Gucci purse. Like, do not be bought. It's not worth it at the end of the day. You have to talk out your problems. You have to come to understanding. And you shouldn't be all upset and crying and all of that. And then I guess he feel bad, so he go buy you something. Like, no, like, that's not how it works. And I don't know who was more toxic between me or him, but I felt like we were both, like, kind of toxic for each other. He's a good person, all in all, I will say that. And I'm not just saying that. Like, he's actually a good person. He has a big heart. And like I did even tell y'all that he kind of wanted to be my superhero type thing when I was going through the depression and stuff. But I don't know, it just didn't work out. But okay, if you like this video, like it. First of all, like it, comment. Y'all can DM me. Y'all know I got all my information in the description box. Y'all can DM me and ask me more questions. Y'all, like, because I kind of was trying to, like, not go into every scenario, you feel me. I kind of basically hit on the friends and, like, that whole situation, and I hit on, like, little stuff. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video.